It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. And Oklahoma City is where we'll be going just moments from now, as the Thunder will be going up against the Chicago Bulls. For Chicago, 5-5 over their last 10 games, but they're not satisfied with 500 ball, looking to tack one onto the win tally tonight. And here we are, start of a new season, so much drama coming out of the gate.
Drama for your mama.
Shaq, for the teams that are underperforming thus far, what can they do to try and right the ship?
Look, Ernie, it's early, so don't overreact. You can mix up the rotations a little bit. Don't be scared, Coach. Do what you got to do.
Well, first, you got to keep believing in yourself. But I love these player-only meetings.
Oh, I'll bet you.
I did, man.
Really? You liked them?
Oh, because I used to – that's the only time I could really look in your face in front of the other 11 guys and tell you how I really feel about you.
Like, Akeem, you're killing us.
No, that never was said. It was more like, see, we should only give it to Akeem because he's the only one not killing us.
Oh.
The Chicago Bulls are on the road in this interconference game today. Great to have you with us, everybody, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Berry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. It's got to be a relief to see Carmelo Anthony back in uniform, healthy and ready to contribute. And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, guys, we all know how hard Russell Westbrook plays every night. Coach Billy Donovan said he plays with such force and passion. He gets so intense, so competitive, so emotional, but he's doing a good job of bringing himself back together and understanding there's other guys out there depending on him. Kevin?
And that's how Russ has always been, D.A., a high-motor player who leaves it all out on the floor. Tonight, two prolific offenses, Brent, when you're facing a great group of scorers. What are some of the things you can do defensively to try to slow them down?
Well, Kevin, one of the things, if you're in your kitchen, you could pull out your mixer. That means you got to mix up your defenses. You can't give them one constant look about how you're playing pick and rolls and what you're going to do on the post in terms of double teaming. So fire that thing up.
Camouflage, try to disguise what you're going to do and know what you do well. I mean, there's so many tentacles to it. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So the Bulls 5 right now. Mirotić at the power forward with Lopez in the middle. Then it's Zach LaVine. Then there's Grant. And it's Holiday in at the shooting guard position. Lopez a screen. Holiday the pass to LaVine. No good with the triple. And so it's Oklahoma City with it. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
And you know what? Up against a weak defense, they were allowed to do pretty much whatever they wanted.
Yeah, what I like, though, besides that, is that they just didn't settle for it, because weak defenses, you could take bad shots. That's not what they did here tonight.
Adams' shot is good. Adams has got his second basket of the night.
Adams, such a physical presence out there on the glass. This is how he gets a lot of his points.
Grant kicks to Lopez. The feed to Mirotić. To the right side. Grant gets a wide open look. Almost, but it rolls out.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
And Anthony gets it to go.
Bully ball in action as Melo gets himself way deep into the paint where he knows he can score.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Grant, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. That one on George.
So many coaches from the college ranks that have come up to the NBA and not been quite as successful as the run that gave him that opportunity. Billy Donovan certainly has found success early on here in Oklahoma City. Great couple years for him to begin his professional coaching career.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Grant. Several playoff appearances, even when losing a major star like Durant. Donovan certainly has shown he's more than capable at the NBA level.
I think Billy Donovan did a great job of leaning on what the assistant coaching staff for his ball club has to offer him. Tons of experience there, and so he opened his ears and listened to those things and then chose what he wanted to implement within his system. It also doesn't hurt that Russell Westbrook has stuck around, Kevin. You know, for the Thunder last season, the first one in the AD era, that stands for after Durant, you can imagine just how devastating his departure was for the fans of the franchise. But I think Sam Presti, as the general manager, prepared themselves for Kevin Durant leaving and for Russell Westbrook to assume the reins of the team.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Here's Roberson. No good from outside. And with OKC, as long as this team has been in this city, they have known success as a franchise.
Part of the fear that losing KD in free agency was that the success was going to go with them. But on the shoulders of Russell Westbrook having an historic NBA season, averaging a triple-double, Billy Donovan got these guys to play pretty hard, ended up being in the playoffs, and now have young guys that maybe could show some potential to maintain a level of success this fan base is used to.
2 shots.
And that one misses.
And for so long, the Bulls really were synonymous with the best defensive teams in the league. But as a team, they've started to slip the last few years. It's something that has been lost while this team kind of retools for the future.
And he's good on the second. And it used to be you could pencil in the Bulls as a top 10 defensive team by most metrics in any given year. But, Greg, the last few seasons, they've just been middle of the pack.
And, you know, over the history of this team, they've always been at their best when they played great defense. You go back to those Jordan years where they were marked by exceptional defense. This last group, led by Derrick Rose, similarly built on a defensive-minded philosophy. Let's just see if they get back to their roots with this new push.
If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Bulls trail by 5. Out to the right wing. Now here is Holiday. Not a lot of room. Can't connect from short range. And the shot goes in. Westbrook's got his first basket.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Lopez, a screen on Westbrook. Kicks it to Mirotic. Grant against Westbrook. Over to the left wing. 5 on the clock. Back to Grant. Here's Mirotic. Drills the three-pointer. Mirotic has got his first 3 points of the game.
And maybe a deep breath moment for them. They're now 1 for 4 to start the game.
There's a screen. Robertson dishes to Adams. Pass to Westbrook. From 7. And that one hits back iron.
Perfect defense. Contesting without fouling. Exactly what you want to do, especially deep into the paint.
And he recovers it. Knocked away. Back to Levine. Here's the dish to Mirotic. And it's off from three-point range. And George kicks to Roberson. He dishes it to Anthony. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And beyond his ability to shine on the basketball floor, you have to commend Carmelo Anthony's effort, Greg, to get NBA players and other athletes more involved in making the world a better place.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of work to be done, but guys like Melo see what is beyond the world of basketball. He's spoken out as well as done the legwork of being active in his communities, and a lot of charity work for Melo. It's just nice to see the maturation process play out.
That's good from Anthony.
Well, Melo undoubtedly still the leader of this team in terms of when they need to calm it down and they need some offense. He's the guy they're going to look to score it.
That one misses. The new year getting ramped up. Always a roller coaster ride, which is fun. Brent, have you ever been on a team that, say, started slowly, then really turned it on late, or the other way around?
Well, I've been on teams that started slowly and finished slower, Kevin, if that helps you out at all. That's no
well, that's
fun.
Not good.
Yeah, no fun whatsoever. A little bit of both throughout 14 years of playing experience in the NBA, Kevin, and it's just interesting. This is why coaches are so often talking about asking for players to be on the roster to give you consistent effort and to try to stay as even-keeled as possible, whether things are going well or your team is performing poorly. You know there's still a standard at which you want each of your guys to perform at and consistently give you that effort.
And so here is Oklahoma City after Jaren Grant hitting the 3. Anthony with it, now guarded by Mirotic. And it's Anthony again missing.
Yeah, this is a terrible start for him, and it has to be weighing on him.
Grant kicks to Mirotic. Down low, it's stolen by Adams. Near the three-point line, it's Westbrook. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Westbrook's got his second basket.
You know, one sign was that Russell Westbrook had this part of his game back in college. He continues to be impressive in the mid-range.
Now here is Holiday. 14 points from him the last game against the Spurs in San Antonio. Lopez, no luck. Oklahoma City's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Roberson the pass to Adams. Makes it off the glass. Adams has got 6 points.
And this quarter has been all about him. You feel every shot he's going to take is going in.
Grant kicks to Holiday.
Get down, Robin.
And Mirotic has it in the corner. Here's Levine. That shot missing. Adams, some nice D. The Thunder leading by 4. Here's George. Adams. It's good on the putback.
Already, they've piled up 8 second chance points.
Grant against Westbrook. Grant kicks to Mirotic. It's hauled in by Adams.
You got to fight through things like this right now. His team needs him to shoot better. He's just had a tough quarter.
Anthony's shot is off.
You know, not sure if it's him or the defense, but just something's off tonight.
Well, something in this frame for sure, but when you're out of rhythm, sometimes it's better to play the role of being the facilitator.
And Justin Holiday, one of the many Holiday siblings to play hoops.
Well, he's worked hard to get here, Kevin. Went undrafted and came up through the D-League and is capable, a long wing defender who maybe with some nuance and some time put in can become more of a 3-and-D guy in the NBA.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Holiday.
And really the past few seasons, the Thunder have just been a dominant team on the glass. They do a great job of limiting second chance points, and they get a lot of extra possessions with their own offensive rebound.
And the Thunder going with a whole new group out there. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Felicios checked in for Lopez. Bobby Portis comes in for Miritich. Quincy Pondexter, he's checked in for Levine. And Chris Dunn subbed in for Grant. Here's Abrinas, who's coming off a 13-point game against Dallas. Now here's Patterson. Defense is right there. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Felton. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Felton's got his first 2 points of the night. You look over the roster of the Thunder, and it's easy to see why they're such a great rebounding team. 1 through 5 can come up with 10 boards on any given night.
And those rebounding totals usually translate to wins for this team. But very rarely do they lose a game when they're having their way on the glass. The goal at the end of the night is to play the bully in and around that painted area.
Bulls making a switch here. Valentine's checked in. Here's Dunn. Can't hit that one. Felton with some nice D.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way. And boy, have they come out strong, really pounding the offensive board for second chance points.
Here's Dunn, following the score by Oklahoma City. They set the pick. Here's Portis. Thunder with the rebound. Victory eluded them last time in Chicago when they faced the Bulls.
Yeah, and they got beat last time these two teams met, and really free throws were the story.
Here's Eustace. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Abrinas' shot is off. Last outing for the Bulls, it was a loss to the Spurs in San Antonio.
And no issues with how they played. I mean, the problem simply is they just couldn't finish.
Maybe the post-game comments will be about playing a 50-minute game. They could have used 2 more minutes in this one.
Here's Felton. Chris Dunn making his last shot. Patterson, the screen. Here's Abrinas. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Shot clock at 3. Shoots the 3. Felicio with a rebound. Bulls trail by 6. Valentine passes to Felicio. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And that's his go-to move right there in the low post.
Felton kicks to Abrinas. The pass to Eustace. Trying his luck deep. Good on the triple. Eustace has got himself going there. His first points of the game in the deep ball. Chicago's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. There's the pick. Dunn passes to Portis. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Felton dishes to Patterson. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Yeah, a little surprised he missed that one so badly. The defense was nowhere to be found.
Dunn kicks to Portis, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points. And so it's Oklahoma City with it, after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Patterson, the screen. Abrinas, the pass to Collison. Can't hit from in close.
And you can see the defender's afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Now, here's Dunn. 9 points last game out. And Felicio is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Oklahoma City leading by 5. Patterson, the screen. Felton attacking. It's tipped. Now, here's Dunn. He's covered by Felton. Dunn kicks to Portis. And stolen by Patterson. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
Well, it fires up your teammates and the fans when you make plays like that out in the open court and explosive.
Here is Felton. The Bulls getting the bucket. 46 seconds left to play here in the first. Shot, high post. It's hauled in by Dunn.
And they have a narrow edge here in rebounding early on, and you wonder what kind of a role that's going to play moving forward.
Portis passes it to Valentine. The shot missing. So the Thunder will take it the other way. Pass to Eustace. Back to Abrinas. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Now here's Felton. Defense is right there. Puts up a 3. But they get it back. Steven Adams has been leading the charge for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And power forward Patrick Patterson getting better every season. He said that his college career at Kentucky really helped prepare him for his life as a pro.
I think my 3 years at Kentucky, caused what I am now, as far as being a sound player, a guy who's not all about himself, who puts his team first and who works hard and who doesn't talk back, who doesn't do the negative things. He's a team player, he's a team guy, and he works hard.
Patterson Clark, exactly the guy he says he is, and that's why he's one of those glue guys you've got to have on your team.
And the kind of guy who his teammates love, because they know he's always going to have their back, always going to work hard, and always going to bring it.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And for the Thunder guys, what stands out to you so far?
I tell you what, that first quarter, you can see the game plan is a commitment to offensive rebounding.
Well, their efforts have been rewarded here after one. Winning the battle over second chance points has them ahead on the scoreboard.
So for Chicago right now, Valentine out there with Dunn. Then there's Quincy Pondexter, and it's Felicio in at center.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Now here's Valentine. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Felicio, the pass to Portis. That's tipped. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Here's Felton. Patterson dishes to Felton. And Patterson kicks to Felton. The putback. It's good on the putback. And the Thunder lead by 7.
And they continue to control the glass.
Pass to Portis. Valentine with it. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. A different look for Oklahoma City. Steven Adams comes in for Nick Collison. And Georgia subbed in for Josh Eustace. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Portis can't get it to go.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage. And hustle paying off there for George in the open court. Gets up court in a flash and finishes before the D can even react.
Now here's Dunn. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. And the pass to Portis. Pondexter from outside. And again, Chicago, no good. The Thunder leading by 9. And George kicks to Felton. 16 feet away. Rebound by the Bulls.
And lots of credit for the team around him. They're picking up the slack here tonight. You just can't buy a bucket right now. And the defense timed that out perfectly. Love the aggressiveness. And then they changed the shot's direction.
Here's George. That doesn't go either for George.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Now here's Dunn. He's covered by Felton. That's it, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Dunn. Outside Felton. And here's George for 3. Here's Adams. The third shot of the possession finally falls for him. Adams has got the lead up to 9 now for the Thunder. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Anthony's checked in for Patterson. Andre Robertson comes in for Alex Abrinas. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Raymond Felton. Bulls trail by 9. Grant the pass to Holiday. Dishes it to Mirotic. Grant against Westbrook. Grant kicks to Lopez. Mirotic dishes to Lopez. Robin Lopez, a solid big man who can clean up the glass and, Greg, get you some points on the other end.
And Robin Lopez might not have great range now, but, you know, that could change. He says he's working on a three-point shot, and his logic is that since his twin brother Brook can make threes, it can't be that hard.
Maybe. For Chicago, they have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. Well, we all know, Brent, you grew up in a real basketball environment. What effect did watching your dad and competing against your brothers and being in that conversation at the dinner table have on the development of your playing style?
Well, I think first and foremost what comes to mind, Kevin, is just competing. And it wasn't just competing at basketball. It was wiffle ball in the backyard, soccer in the fall, baseball in the spring, Monopoly during the weekends. So anything we could get our hands on that had to do with the game, yeah, it was about that competition.
And what do you do now in retirement? Is there what do you find to stimulate the competitive side?
Well, I beat my kids in Monopoly, I could tell you that.
First one falls for him. Well, you could feel the clock ticking for Melo's time in New York, and this offseason, it finally ended, Greg.
Yeah, and for a team like this to add Melo to the mix, what a blessing. I mean, Melo still has a ton of offense to offer, and hard to add a player so skilled as Melo for practically nothing.
So Anthony nails both of them. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Grant the pass to Lopez. And the dunk by Lopez.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And, Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Yeah, they should bring out a big razor right now, Kevin. A great start, an aggressive move to show they're not going to lay down.
And here is Grant after Paul George getting his 3 to go. Grant kicks to Lopez. Back to Grant. To the left side wing. 4 on the clock. Mirotic. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And when Mirotic first came over to the NBA, he made a big splash, showed that he can act as that stretch 4 and contribute. Unfortunately, he just hasn't evolved as a player since that rookie year.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Mirotic. And for Mirotic, a lot of his lack, Greg, of progression as a player has come from inconsistency.
And you can see it in his field goal percentage as well as when he plays. It needs to find more consistency in every facet of the game. But young enough, I think, to still make that happen.
He makes 1 of 2 that time. Hey, Brent, we've seen Hall of Fame players become coaches, but often it seems like the smart role player, they sustain more success in that role of head coach. Why is that?
I think, Kevin, a lot of times the role player is a conduit between both ends of the spectrum of your team. He can communicate with the star player. He can also talk to the guy who's the 12th man on the bench and make sure that both of them are getting what it is that they need to be in the best position to succeed. That's why you see a lot of players in that middle ground who do a great job of becoming NBA coaches as they understand the role of each.
And the work ethic, too, because for role players, maybe it hasn't come as easy. Whereas for a superstar, it was too easy.
That's true, Kevin. And how much work do you have to do with the most talented player on your team? It's pretty specific what his role is going to be. I think a role player who ends up being a coach understands the work dynamic of the rest of the team surrounding that player to create a great positive environment around your star.
Now here's Lopez. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Spurs in San Antonio. Three-pointer. It's good, and the Thunder lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from Mirotic.
Love to see it when he pulls up from the outside. A big guy with tremendous range is a prized commodity in today's NBA.
Westbrook kicks to George. Over Holiday, and there's George. That's good on the assist by Westbrook. 9 points for Paul George.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Here's Levine. The shot, no good. Adams, some nice D.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department. And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, maybe lazy play calling or just going through the motions on that possession. This often leads to a bad shot.
Holiday gets the bucket.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
The Thunder leading by 7. Screen by Adams. Off the screen. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Chicago's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Another miss by Holiday. Oklahoma City shooting 33% in the second quarter. The offense has looked crossed up and confused at times. Bulls trail by 7. Grant, right side. Westbrook pulls it in. The Thunder shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively. And finished off by Westbrook.
Well, he's edge of your seat material out in transition. Westbrook is equally adept at pulling up for the shot or taking it to the rack.
Now here's Grant. 5 points in the game. Lopez a screen on Westbrook. For 3, Levine. Excellent D there from George.
But his struggles are consuming the rest of the team here tonight. He's got to find his rhythm and find it fast.
That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. And now it's an 11-point Oklahoma City lead. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. The pick and roll takes great timing for both players and a feel for the game and what the defense is going to show. Brent, in your opinion, which tandems are the best at running it?
Well, I think Russell Westbrook and Steven Adams have really done a great job of establishing a great chemistry in the pick and roll. And it's interesting, Kevin, because as centers and point guards play together, the more games that they have, the more used to one another they are in terms of sometimes setting good hard screens and sometimes not really setting a screen at all, setting up the slip and creating opportunities that way. Russell Westbrook, Steven Adams, Chris Paul, insert player here. Pretty good combination.
Yeah, I like that. Here's Roberson. He had 13 points in the win against Dallas. Here's Levine. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Oh, you just relish those kind of opportunities, and the defense got lucky, but they need to guard that area of the floor a little bit better.
And defensively, moving his feet there, staying right on top of the shooter.
Some defenses are okay with giving up the mid-range shot. In this case, they contested.
Now, here's Grant. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Spurs in San Antonio. Chalk up 2 there.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
The Thunder leading by 9. Anthony kicks to George. Over Holiday, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, when Paul George announced this summer that he intended to leave for the Lakers when the contract ran out, you knew what was coming. Even as a rental possibility, the suitors lined up, and eventually the price was paid, and now George finds himself in a Thunder uniform.
Throw good, Paul George. And to many, the Thunder came out of nowhere to land George in that trade.
You know, most thought Cleveland or maybe Boston were the front runners for his services, but the Thunder snuck in and made their team a two-star squad once again. Very interesting to see how far the duo of Westbrook and George can go.
And both free throws good for Paul George.
And Paul George kind of made it known of his desire to leave for LA after this season, but big risk for the Thunder to make that move and trade for him.
Now here is Mirotic. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against San Antonio.
A lot of those plays came off tremendous hustle. He was committed to ripping down as many rebounds as he possibly could in this one.
And for Paul George, who knows what the future holds for him, but Greg, he is a great fit, it would seem, for the Thunder.
Listen, you give the Thunder another star to pair with Westbrook, and they're taking a leap of faith here with George.
2 shots.
No good on the free throw.
And for many years, the Chicago Bulls were viewed as a model franchise, always were competitive and in the hunt for a title, but this current version just can't escape turmoil from within.
Good on the second free throw. And the Bulls finally committing, Greg, to a full rebuild this last offseason.
Yeah, and trading Butler was the start of it. I mean, they got some young players to build around and a pick, and it won't be an easy road ahead, but one they felt they needed to make. And George just has that extra gear. Well, once he kicks into it, he is nearly impossible to stop.
Westbrook against Grant, and Holiday has it in the corner. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Holiday's got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, there's really no defense for that one. Turnaround jumper on time, on target.
Westbrook dishes to George. Fades away. Here's Collison. Second shot opportunity from deep. Shot clock reset for Oklahoma City. And there it is for him. And that's 17 points for Paul George.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Chicago calls timeout. Brent, over the past decade, we've seen the creation of several super teams. How hard is it to manage the various egos and make sure the touches are the same, or at least they understand why the touches are being doled out the way they are?
I think the teams that have great management and great coaches that are in touch with these guys, Kevin, understand what type of player are you getting, doing your homework and understanding, are these guys at a situation in their careers where they're still needing to prove something, or are they ready to get down to the business of winning? If it's about winning, that ego goes out the door.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for George. Alex Abrinas comes in for Roberson. And it's Felton in for Russell Westbrook. And the basket is good. Collison's got the lead up to 12 now for the Thunder.
Yeah, after a first quarter where they struggled from long range, they've really started to get it closer to the basket.
And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Here's Felicio, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
Oklahoma City leading by 10. Felton kicks to Abrinas. Patterson, the screen. A floater. Abrinas with the bucket. Abrinas has got 6.
And a terrific use of the floater, unguardable really, because you can't do anything defensively to stop it.
Dunn passes to Pondexter and stolen by Felton. And the Thunder pushing it up now. No one near him. Abrinas' shot is off. Bulls trail by 12. Feeds to Dunn. Not going to go that time. Felton with some nice D.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Chicago has gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%, but they've continued to let them fly. Offensive rebound. Here's Felicio. Up again. Tough break there. Shot after shot. They couldn't get anything to fall. Pass to Hustis. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. On the free throw, no good.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
There's the pick with the teardrop, and there's the nice layup by Dunn. Dunn's got 4 this quarter.
There's just no way you are stopping Dunn when he's that close to the bucket. A skilled finisher and amazing athlete.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Carmelo, what was the area of emphasis for your team during the first half?
Well, we're doing it on both ends of the court. We're bumping down on the defensive end. We're sharing the ball offensively, making good plays. You know, cherishing every possession counts, and we're doing that the first half.
I know you want to keep it going in the second half. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
The first half in the books. This is Ernie Johnson. This is Shaquille O'Neal. This is Ken Smith. Welcome back.
Ken,
as we break down the action. Paul George taking care of business in this one. He ended up with 17 points, 7 rebounds, and 1 assist. Shaq, your thoughts on the Thunder?
Well, Kenny knows about this. I used to do this to his team all the time. Take advantage of you down low. Mismatch. Barbecue chicken alert. Make good entry passes. That led to some good looks. Obviously, a lot of points. When you control the paint, Ernie, you control the game. I was the master of controlling thy paint. Shaquille.
And now, Kenny, let's get your opinion on the Bulls.
well, I think their problem is rebounding, Ernie. You know, when you're trying to come back in a game, every possession counts because each possession can turn into points, and you need to cut that deficit quickly.
That's it for now as the second half's just about ready to go.
Welcome back to Oklahoma City, everyone. You can see Chesapeake Energy Arena there in the background as the cars stream down I-40. Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first two quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. You look at Paul George in this game, guys. Bulls trail by 12. Westbrook and Robertson are the backcourt pair. Anthony is out there with Steven Adams. And it's George in at the small forward spot. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. And Levine, here we go. Mirotic has a wide open look. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Levine's got 3 assists now in this one. Screen by Adams. And Robertson kicks to Adams. George against Holiday. Here's Adams. That shot off. Good D by Lopez. And Chicago shooting just 35%. They've got to get better looks. And here's Levine. Lopez a screen. Levine kicks to Mirotic. Just 5 on the clock. Jacks up a 3, and the Bulls another 3.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Westbrook kicks to Anthony. Over Levine. And Anthony gets it to go on the assist by Westbrook. That's 7 points for Carmelo Anthony.
Well, Carmelo Anthony operating in the mid-range is just danger zone. You got to put your defense at DEFCON 1.
Elbow shot. Here's Lopez. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Anthony's got 3 rebounds now in this one. He kicks to Robertson. Cans it from downtown. And now it's an 11-point Thunder lead.
Well, the outside shot still a whip, a work in progress, but the team needs Robertson to hit these to keep the floor spaced.
Grant dishes to Holiday. He feeds it to Mirotic. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Grant kicks to Levine. And Holiday has it in the corner. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Right side Levine. Three-pointer. Nailed from three-point land. Levine's got 7 points.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
From deep, George. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Mirotic has got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Adams. And another shot. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. He's got 12.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Chicago calls timeout. Steven Adams brings a lot to the team, Brent. Got a chance to be more involved, in fact, with the offense after Durant left.
Well, he's not a wispy 7-footer, Kevin. Thick and rugged out there on the floor and willing to set a lot of screens to free up Russell Westbrook. One of the things I'd like to see them do is maybe explore him in the post a little more often as an offensive threat. I think he's capable down there.
Bulls trail by 10. Grant in the post. He's covered by Westbrook. He was all alone on that one. 17 points for Nikola Mirotic.
12 straight points off of 3-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
Lets it go. Westbrook, no good.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Well, being aggressive is one thing, but aggression with control is another, and you need both elements working together.
And one of the pieces of the Jimmy Butler trade this offseason, Zach LaVine finds himself as a prime building block for a rebuilding team. The Bulls see him as a star of the future.
And rightfully so, even given the fact that he's recovering from the ACL surgery. LaVine is young and can grow his game with the team. Hard to get fair value for a player of Butler's ability, but LaVine is a great place to start.
First one falls for him. And so he hits both. And certainly while the injury for Zach LaVine and his ACL was devastating, Greg, it's good to see him back on the court, and he seems to be on track to making a full recovery.
And Kevin, still amazing to me to see just how far the medical community has come in terms of treating ACL injuries. LaVine is such an athletic monster. To lose even a little burst would have been huge. Fortunately, though, with modern medicine, it's going to allow this guy to make the most of his potential still.
Tries again, and the call will be against Robin Lopez. That's foul number 2 for him. Oklahoma City leading by 5. Roberson the pass to Adams. And George kicks to Adams. Sinks that one from the post. Adams has got 14 points.
Well, Adams doesn't get his number called offensively all that often, but when he does, he can show you what he's capable of doing.
And so the ball goes out of bounds. Lopez touched it last. Now let's take a look at how the shots have been divided up between 3-point shots and 2-point shots for the Bulls. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And George kicks to Roberson. Screen by Adams. The feed to Anthony. Lays it up and banks it in. And now a 9-point Oklahoma City lead.
Ooh, excellent work getting that close to the basket. Got to be happy getting those type of shots.
Here's Holiday. Levine wide open. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. And 12 points for Zach LaVine. For Oklahoma City, they've gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime, 5 out of 11. Here's George. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got 7 rebounds in the game. Grant kicks to Holiday. It's stolen by Anthony. Here's Westbrook.
Oh, yes, sir. Man, you see his eyes. Westbrook never getting off the rim there, and he has the focus to absorb the contact and still convert. A lot of people look at Russell and think you roll the ball out, and with his athleticism and tenaciousness, he just takes it over. But the guy hits the film room. I mean, he studies up. He wants to know about his opponent. He wants to get better as a performer, get more consistent. So there's a lot of work going on behind the scenes with Russell Westbrook.
One shot.
And for Westbrook in his watching of film, he isn't looking for what he's doing on the floor. Granny says he's gaining an understanding for everyone else.
I think that kind of approach is pretty heady, don't you, Kevin? The fact that Russell not only wants to improve himself, he wants to have a better understanding of every aspect of the game. That's his decision making. That's where his teammates are finding success on the floor. Defensively, how teams are matching up with him. That's a lot to take in on top of the responsibilities he already has for this Oklahoma City team.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. It was beautiful the first time, but Under Armour showing us the replay of that tremendous alley-oop again. Another unleash chaos moment. Kicks it to Robertson. They set the pick. Now Westbrook. 9 points in the game so far. Shot clock at 5. Takes the 3. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got his 8th rebound here tonight. LaVine against George. Holiday, no one around him. That's good, and it's LaVine with the assist. LaVine's got 5 assists tonight. Westbrook against Grant. Westbrook dishes to Anthony. He can't hit that time. Holiday with the defensive effort. Bulls trail by 6. Now here's Grant. 5 points in the game. Here's LaVine and the jam by LaVine.
And I don't know if there's anybody who can match LaVine when it comes to the art of the dunk. He is a highlight reel waiting to happen.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. And last year, the Bulls, Greg, just didn't threaten anyone from outside.
I think a big problem has just been personnel. You know, some of the guys they brought in as shooters just really haven't panned out, and that lack of shooting from deep is why this offense can grow stagnant at times.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. Felton. Here's Eustis. The Thunder with another miss. Bulls trail by 4. Guys, a potent offense right now.
You know what, guys, and they're playing with a certain amount of assuredness in their game. That type of confidence is what leads teams to having success.
Here's Portis, and sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
And just a nice combination of size and feel there. Terrific finish down low.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. And a bit of a bittersweet question for you, Brent. We know you spent so many years with the Sonics, who eventually were uprooted and became this Thunder team. How badly would you like to see Seattle get a basketball team again?
I think it's the NBA's mission to get back to Seattle, and under Adam Silver, he's asked questions about the return to the Emerald City, and I think it's going to happen, Kevin. If it does, I'd love to be a part of what the organization does up there. I do miss the PNW. That's the Pacific Northwest.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Felton kicks to Collison. Got a piece of it. Pondexter from outside. And no good that time. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. And there's the foul. It'll go on Denzel Valentine. That is his first foul of the game. To the paint, tries to snap the cold streak. Here's Collison. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Collison's got his second basket of the game.
Bucket earned, out-muscling and out-hustling everybody for the rebound.
Dunn kicks to Pondexter. Valentine with it. To the paint. It's taken away by Collison. Here's Abrinas, got a hand on it, and they're able to recover. Now let's take a moment to see the teams that lead the league in field goal percentage. Number 5, the Bulls.
So patient on the offensive end. I mean, they're not going to force shots, and it's that selectiveness that's yielded such an impressive field goal percentage.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. Greg, the one thing about Patrick Patterson out of Kentucky, he is a smart basketball player.
Yeah, he's not the best rebounder or shot blocker, but the advanced stats love him, and he gets the job done at both ends of the floor.
And he sinks the second. Now the Bulls with it. They're on a 12-3 run. Dunn kicks to Felicio. Rejected by Collison. And he's able to get it back. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession. Dunn, wide open, he fires. Here's Felicio, and finally they hit one. Felicio's got the game tied up here for Chicago. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. And here is Felton. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. The dish now to Patterson. Shot clock at 5. There's Abrinas, and he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Yeah, another missed opportunity, and you can just see the frustration.
Yeah, when your shot's in the fridge like this, it's easy to lose your confidence, and that's why some of the most prolific scorers, they have short-term memories.
And he banks in the layup. Abrinas has got 8 points.
There's your run out. Great individual play.
Yeah, beats the transition defense up the floor, and then the easy finish. Boy, those feel good.
Dunn kicks to Felicio. Pass to Dunn. Fast break. Here we go. Here's Abrinas, and laid in to finish the break. And it's a 4-point Thunder lead. 1:36 left in the third quarter of the game. Dunn kicks to Pondexter. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Especially in a game that is this close, every possession counting. That was just one side wanting it more than the other.
There's the pick. Felton kicks to Collison. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
A moment here to check out some of the stats for Dunn. He's averaging about 7 points a game. And guys, no question, he's a guy with some talent. But honestly, even he'd like to see those numbers improve.
From all the whispers that we've heard, he's been working hard on his game. It just has not showed up yet in the box score.
The first one falls. Second free throw, no good. Greg, you watch the Thunder play, and it's clear that this team comes out looking to attack. Everyone on the team wants to put it on the floor and go right at the rim.
And part of that is their leader, Westbrook, just setting the tone. I mean, team finished near the top in points in the paint last season, and the addition of Paul George just helps to enforce that strength.
Here's Abrinas. He's got 10. Shoots off the screen. Good work there as it goes. Abrinas has got 6 here in this quarter.
He used that screen to perfection and got a wide open look to knock down the jumper.
27 seconds left in the third. Portis can't get it to go.
It's just been an off night for him. That doesn't happen all that often, but the thing that you do at this point is not to push it, not to rush it. Let it come back to you.
Nice shot by Felton. There's 14 seconds left to play in the third. Now done. He's got 6. The layup off target.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Well, it's like Thanksgiving out there, carving out space off the screen. Just couldn't complete the play.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. And we'll be back with you shortly. Now let's hear what head coach Billy Donovan was reviewing with his team in the huddle.
Guys, good job hitting ahead. That means we're running, which is good, okay? We've got to pay attention right now, okay, and what we're doing coming out of timeouts.
Pushing the action, fast pace. Billy Donovan wants to keep them rolling it out.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing a good job in transition. They just need to stay focused and be efficient.
And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. On the court for the Bulls, getting this fourth quarter started. They've got Portis, Valentine out there with Dunn. Then there's Quincy Pondexter, and it's Felicio in at the center position. Offline with his 3. Bulls trail by 6. Pondexter, the pass to Portis. Out left to the wing. Here's Dunn. Goes back up. Felicio with the bucket. Felicio's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Bulls.
And this is what happens when you fail to block out.
Defensive rebounding just as important as causing the miss in the first place.
Now here's Felton. Overdone. Kept alive. Collison takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Done with it. Pass to Portis. Here's Felicio. Patterson defending. Shot clock at 6. The 3. The shot by Valentine. No good. The Thunder leading by 6. On up the court. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
2 shots, gentlemen. 2. Two shots.
First free throw is good. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Collison. Anthony comes in for Patrick Patterson. George is checked in for Eustace. And it's Russell Westbrook in for Alex Abrinas. Bulls trail by 8. Here's Grant. Excellent D there from Anthony.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
And sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time he chose wisely.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Levine kicks to Lopez. And he uses the glass on the layup. Here is Felton. He dishes it to Westbrook. Shot from the wing. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. And the Thunder lead by 10. The Bulls have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Lopez kicks to Grant. Lopez a screen. Holiday dishes to Lopez. Back to Holiday. Lopez a screen on Felton. Here's Holiday. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction and the obvious result.
Yeah, when you fail to get over the top, more than likely that jumper is going to go down. Well, he was very reliable keeping the ball in his hands during the first half. He's had a bad case of the butterfingers here in the second.
Roberson, he's checked in for Raymond Felton. Bulls trail by 8. Holiday left side. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
A tough first half, but it's been a different story here since the break.
Here's Westbrook. Another miss by Westbrook.
And when he's this close, he's got to make it. The defense was pretty good, but just shouldn't miss that.
And that one's good, Anthony.
And Melo, a skilled shooter. If he gets a clean look, you expect him to make it.
The Bulls have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. On the wing, Levine. Three-pointer. The Thunder pull it in. They're off to San Antonio after this game, bringing their show to the AT&T Center. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. And that one's good. Westbrook.
And they're leaning on the mid-range right now. That's 6 of their last 10 from that area.
Grant against Westbrook. Grant the pass to Lopez. Down low, Paul George with the steal. And now the fast break. George with the ball. And the dunk by Roberson.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
And Holiday kicks to Lopez. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
Well, passing is something he does very well, especially when it comes to leading his man to the right spot.
Lob pass to George. Tries to keep it alive. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
That's just poor communication between those two. The passer has to make sure his teammate is established, and the teammate has to know the pass is coming. See, that's communication.
Bulls trail by 10. In the corner, it's Levine. The pass to Lopez. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. And Justin Holiday picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Oklahoma City leading by 10. Here's Roberson. Westbrook with a wide open look. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Levine kicks to Holiday. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. throw, good, Holiday.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Both free throws good from Holiday.
Encouraging sign there to see him knock down the free throw.
Oklahoma City leading by 8. Westbrook kicks to Adams. Screen by Adams. And here's Anthony for 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got 3 assists in the game. Over to the left wing. Mirotic dishes to Lopez. Back to Mirotic. And Holiday has it in the corner. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Westbrook's got 4 rebounds in this game. Outside Anthony. George against Holiday. 5 to shoot. The kick out to Westbrook. There's the triple. And it's Westbrook again missing. Bulls trail by 11. Here's Mirotic, and finished off by Mirotic.
Oh, up high and down hard with that one-hander.
He got a little extra forceful. You're right with that one. Screen by Adams. The 3 from George. Drills it from outside. George has got 24.
Look, I checked the numbers, guys. We know he is great from out there. He made 1 in the first half. Now he has 1 so far in this half. Look out.
Mirotic against Adams. Out to the right wing. Here's Holiday, and it's slammed in by Holiday.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. And the free throw, no good. Oklahoma City leading by 10. The 3. Robertson can't hit.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Adams. Grant outside. Dishes it to Mirotic. Levine inside the three-point line. The Thunder pull it in. Anthony's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Westbrook, and it's blocked by Mirotic. Right side Holiday.
Yeah, the defender all over.
Free throw good from Holiday.
Yeah, and the work they've done at the line has been impressive here in the second half.
He hits both from the stripe.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Roberson the pass to Carmelo. The shot, no good. Bulls trail by 8. To the middle. It's stolen by Anthony. Teardrop shot. Mirotic grabs the miss. Mirotic has got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Grant kicks to Holiday. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. A shot by Anthony. Nobody around. Again, the miss by Anthony. Here's Holiday. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
That free throw good from Holiday. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Oklahoma City leading by 7. Looking to end his cold spell. They get it back. Anthony with the bucket. Anthony's got 11 points here in just the second half.
I feel like Melo has always been a guy who doesn't mind hanging around down low, knocking guys around a little bit, and getting great second chance opportunities.
Levine, and the layup falls.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, he's also crafty with how he approaches it. Right there, he uses just the right move to lay it in.
And it's Westbrook again missing. Bulls trail by 7. Grant dishes to Levine. Over George. Here's Lopez. Kick out to Levine. Drops in the tray. Levine's got 5 points in the quarter.
Now this is more like it. 9 points for him from 3-point range this half. That's 9 more than he had in the first.
Roberson gets the bucket.
Well, no hesitation from Robertson that time. Got his shot off quickly as soon as he got the ball.
Grant outside. Lopez a screen. Holiday with the 3. They get it back. That's it, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Mirotic.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Oklahoma City moving it around. Double team on Westbrook. To the paint, here's Adams. That shot, no good. Good D by Lopez. And Holiday, here we go. Carmelo Anthony grabs the board.
Well, he had the perfect opportunity to finish that one, guys, and just flat out blew it.
Roberson the pass to Westbrook. And Adams kicks to George. In the corner, it's Westbrook, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
And what a time to get sloppy. A close game like this, you cannot be getting loose with the ball.
And here are the Bulls now. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Grant dishes to Mirotic. Excellent D there from George.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
It's good.
Well, able to explode in the paint at will, and a great finisher. Westbrook a terror once he gets in there.
Levine kicks to Holiday. Back to Levine. To the inside. It's stolen by Adams. Here's Roberson. Oh!
Oh, God. The awareness of Russell Westbrook to locate the open man and deliver a strike. Something he's developing.
Chicago calls timeout. They're trailing by 8. 1:09 left in the fourth quarter. A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Paul George.
And tell you what, he's worked very hard to get himself in good position throughout the course of this game. And that comes across in his shooting percentage. He's hit over half his shots from the field. And that's not because he got hot as much as it's because of the effort he put in to get himself open.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys. Well, Fred Hoiberg was talking to his team during the timeout. He said, we've come this far. Now we've got to give everything left to get this one. And we can do it. So go out there and do it. Guys, we'll see what they can do.
Westbrook passes to Roberson. Holiday against George. Screen by Adams. Just 5 on the clock. And it's Westbrook again missing. Holiday against George. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. He drops the first one, and that narrows the gap to 7. Both free throws good from Holiday. There's 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And they go to the intentional foul. And that's an intentional foul. He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though.
And they power forward in college. Roberson's been working on increasing his shooting range ever since he entered the league.
And not as productive a trip as you would like, but they're still in a pretty comfortable position.
Grant with the ball. Westbrook picks him up. Lopez a screen. Levine. Yes! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Got to give a ton of credit to the screener there. That was a perfect pick to give his teammate the space to knock down the shot.
And an intentional foul right there. And no good as the first free throw, missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. That's off as well, so he misses both. And Mirotic sends it back. And Adams kicks to Roberson, and he commits the intentional foul. And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And he ends up making the second, and that increases their lead to 6. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They trail by 6. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
And they still got a little time to play with, so a 3 and a quick foul would make things interesting.
Definitely. Everything has to happen perfectly just to give them a chance.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's an 8-point game. And so here is Chicago inside, and he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Second one is good, hitting both at the line, and it's an 8-point game. We've got 13 seconds left in the game. Levine for 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. They've led by as many as 14 points. So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where's your team's attitude right now?
We'll continue to, play together. And we can just stick to that, keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you later.